What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I want to talk about the ending scene of The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 9, because I think there's a lot more there than meets the eye. Before I do begin, however, I want to give a spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead Season 8, but other than that, let's begin. Okay, so in this end scene of Season 8, Episode 9, we see Red-Eyed Rick again. Now, we saw Red-Eyed Rick in the beginning of this episode, and then also in the season premiere of Season 8. Now, everyone thought this was something. I thought this was gonna be Carl when he died because we figured out Carl died. I was like, oh, okay, that's what the Red-Eye Rick means. You know, he's crying, burying his son. But I don't think that's the case because we saw him bury his son, and he wasn't Red-Eyed Rick. He was crying, but Red-Eyed Rick is like a different, thing. And look at the background. This is not Alexandria, and we saw him clearly bury Carl in Alexandria. So this is not him burying Carl. I think this is where he reads Carl's letter. I think maybe. So you could say this is him reading Carl's letter, but I don't think that's the case either. Because why is he so bloody? And if you look at it, is that I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but is something sticking in his hand? I don't know. Part of me feels like something is sticking in his hand, but I don't know. Maybe that's just a leaf or something, or I don't know what it is. But it looks like something is sticking in his hand. It might be, but I think. And this is my theory for this. I think this is the end of All Out War. If you know the comics, I'm going to give a spoiler warning for the comics because I'm going to explain something. So in the comics, at the end of All Out War, there's a big-ass battle at the hilltop with Negan and the crew and Rick and the crew. And Negan basically infects all his weapons. So even if he doesn't kill them, like let's say a bullet doesn't kill somebody, the infection would kill them because he infected the bullets. He rubbed zombie shit all over it. So he basically disinfected his bullets, even arrows and stuff. Arrows are really good, so if the arrow doesn't kill them, the bacteria in the arrow will definitely kill the person. So what I'm thinking here, because in the comics this happens, and Rick and Nicholas. Now Nicholas is on the show anymore, so someone else could take his spot. But Rick and Nicholas both get shot by arrows, I believe. I know Rick got shot by an arrow. So Dwight shoots Rick with an arrow, and then, but it turns out, and Rick thought he was gonna die for sure, because Nicholas is dying, because his shot, he didn't die from the shot, but he's getting infected, he's getting a fever, and he's dying. So Rick thought he was done for. Rick thought he was gonna die right next to Nicholas, but it turned out that Dwight didn't infect his, arrows and bullets and stuff like that because he is Team Rick, and that was like the point, the confirmation, and he proved himself to Rick's group, his loyalty. So what I'm thinking here is that the same thing is gonna happen here, because if you look at his stomach, you see there's blood right there, I believe, and his hand is bloody. In episode 9, his hand wasn't bloody or anything, and he wasn't here. Like, this is not where he was in the last episode. So I think that's gonna happen here is that Rick is gonna get shot, and then he's bleeding, and then it turns out that he thinks he's gonna die, but it turns out he doesn't die. And maybe that's why he comes here, because that's where he reads Carl's letter, and he says he wants to be right here in his final moments, but he ends up not dying. Now I think that's I'm not sure exactly why he would end up here at this exact place, but I do believe that's what's happening in this, in the context of this image. I think this is him at the end of All Out War. But I just don't know why he would end up here. I know he's reading Carl's letter here, I'm sure, because we saw the previews and stuff. He's reading some letters and stuff in the hills or field or whatever. But another reason, another theory of mine is now I'm not standing by this theory because I don't think it's gonna happen. But a lot of people do believe Morgan is going to take over Nicholas's character, his death. But Morgan is going to Fear the Walking Dead. I think it was already confirmed that Fear the Walking Dead is Walking Dead Season 8 is going to lead right into Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. So I don't think Morgan's going to die. So when I first saw this, I was thinking, okay, maybe Rick and Morgan both get shot. They both think they're going to die. The two guys from the first episode. And they both, and then Rick ends up not dying, and Morgan does. And then he's burying Morgan here, and he's just sitting here grieving. That's a good theory. That'll be really cool seeing, but I don't think Morgan's gonna die. That's the thing. I think Morgan's gonna survive, and he's just gonna leave. So maybe someone else gets it. So I don't know. I don't know who else could take. Maybe Daryl. Oh, Daryl will be a good one. But I think AMC will be stretching if they kill Daryl. Daryl, Carl, Glenn, Abraham. I don't know. Daryl would be. Daryl and Morgan are the two only people who I see getting Rick this emotional. I mean, no, I mean he probably is emotional because the war's over and everything he's been through, like Michonne, Maggie, all of them too. I just don't see any of them dying. I see more. I mean, I don't even see Morgan dying because I think he's going to fear. So again, I don't know who's gonna die here. Maybe no one's gonna die, but I firmly believe this is where when Rick is shot by the arrow from Dwight, and the end of All Out War. I firmly believe this is the end of All Out War. And I don't know exactly what he's doing in this exact location, but I do believe this is gonna be the end of All Out War when Rick survives the bullet. Or the arrow, whatever it might be, from Dwight, and that kind of proves Dwight's loyalty. 100%, I'm loyal to you guys. I did not infect my, my arsenal. So I want to leave it off here. I want to hear what you guys think, because this is a open discussion for weeks and weeks and weeks. I want to hear what you guys think the scene is gonna be. If you think it's gonna be the end of All Out War, or you think it's gonna be next episode, whatever you might think it might be, leave it in the comment box down below, because I love reading comments and I love interacting with people talking about The Walking Dead. But thanks again for watching. If you do enjoy The Walking Dead content and The Walking Dead in general, be sure to subscribe to this channel, because I post daily Walking Dead videos, and I have a ton of videos coming up because we're on Walking Dead season again, baby. But thanks again for watching. It's been All Things Film. Until next time, peace.